10 buses arrived in Denver today with 341 migrants inside. The city says Denver is on track for receiving 100 migrant buses just this month.
One of the main spots they're landing is Zuni and Spear, and nearby residents are complaining about a growing mess. Fox 31's Gabby Easterwood joining us with their concerns. Gabby?
Yeah, with more migrants coming in, residents' concerns are definitely growing. One of those concerns, though, being the trash created by this many people in one spot. Any given day, you can find Bo Blackford working on his pride and joy.
A beautiful stock Honda.
A few doors down from Bo is Ralph Williams, who's lived on this block for 2 decades.
I'm amazed that it's there. I mean, like, it's a total WTF moment.
These tents and hundreds of migrants nearing both of their doorsteps.
I just keep seeing more buses show up and more and more, and it stresses me out. And if the tents look like they're coming up here, I don't want to live there.
Originally, the city was picking up trash from the encampment 3 times a week. Now it's 5, but residents say that's still not cutting it.
The more people that show up, it might even need to be daily.
At least 2 times a day. I mean, it's a mess. It's overflowing everywhere.
The trash highlighting the major issues with the migrant numbers. The city says they're working diligently to get these people into housing, but that presents its own issues because many aren't authorized to work. And if they can't work, there's only so much to go around.
I'm worried about what it's going to be when they're all desperate and there's not enough to go around.
All right, guys, so we got to talk about another Democrat city that is facing the consequences of their vote, which was to vote Democrat, to vote for Joe Biden, to vote against Orange Man. And that is Denver, Colorado, a county that voted 80% for Democrats, okay, in the 2020 election, okay? And now they're facing the consequences of their vote because illegal immigrants are being bused to their city, and now they're freaking out because there are problems and issues like trash and things of that nature that are piling up in a city that is already experiencing a homelessness crisis, okay? Denver has the 10th highest amount of homeless people in this country, and this problem is only going to make it worse, okay? But hey, this is what they signed up for. This is what they wanted because, again, Orange Man bad, right? They voted for Joe Biden. They're very liberal, and they're a sanctuary city. So therefore, they have to take care of the illegals, and they're getting exactly what they voted for, just like New York and Chicago. And just like New York and Chicago, the residents here are complaining about what they voted for. Again, typical liberalism, right? So without further ado, let's get into it.
First now in Denver, in less than 24 hours, 16 buses packed with migrants arrived in Denver. The city of Denver confirms 9 bus loads arrived last night, 7 this morning from Texas.
Yeah,
overall,
so it seems to me that Greg Abbott, right, has redirected some of those buses from Chicago because Chicago woke Mayor Brandon Johnson. He's impounding the buses, right? So he's punishing the bus companies that are shipping the illegals to Chicago. So he's probably shipping less illegals by bus to Chicago. He's actually now shipping them by plane to Chicago to try to get around it. He's probably directing some of those buses to Denver, okay, which again is also a sanctuary city, just like Chicago.
There are about 3,800 migrants right now in shelters in the metro area. This comes as it is expected more than 10,000 migrants crossed the southern border into the United States in each of the last 3 days. Your reporter, Brian Sherrod, is live in Denver right now. Let's go to him. Brian, you met with many of the migrants today who are unsure what to do next.
And Alan, the city of Denver tells me at least 340 migrants have been dropped off here since last night. And many of them don't even know where they are. They're unfamiliar with this area. Now,
yeah, I'm not sure exactly which of these migrants would choose to come to a place like Denver. Right now, I've been to Denver. I think Denver is a cool city, but I'm not sure if that's the place I would pick if I was here illegally, right? Out of all the cities to go to, I probably wouldn't pick Denver, okay? I would be trying my best to get to, I don't know, like Miami or something, right? Somewhere in Florida if I was an illegal immigrant, but, hey, I'm pretty sure that's not a choice, okay? I think that you got to go to a sanctuary city, okay? Denver, Chicago, New York, LA, San Francisco, okay? those are probably the choices. So they probably have no idea where they're at, and they're probably very disappointed, right? When they got off the bus, they're like, what the hell is this?
With them being in the area of Zunai and Spear, many people tell us, including one woman who works there, that it's just making it difficult for her to work in the area right now. This has become ground zero for migrants in Denver. Many struggling for food and money, even asking our crews for help while we were there. All the migrants we spoke with didn't speak English, but through translator, we found out they are originally from Venezuela, Colombia, and Guatemala.
None of them speaking English. None of them speak English at all. Amazing. I'm telling you, man, with the way that things are going in this country, in the world, you better learn Spanish and you better learn Mandarin, right? You need one or the other, okay? I'm just keeping it 100. If you want to keep up, right, Mandarin or Spanish, okay? I'm so serious. I'm so serious.
Marina, who works at the Shell gas station at Spear in Zunai, tells us she tried to help but didn't get a good response.
They speak bad to me. I'm the only one who speaks Spanish. I try to help them and try to explain the rules, but they don't like it. Too many people, they are so bad with me and with my boss.
3,800 migrants are currently staying in 7 shelters, specifically for migrants across the city. But resources are dwindling.
We can run out of room. We can run out of resources. We're already limited as is, and it's just straining an already strained system even further.
Look at this guy. Now, who do you think he voted for? Right? Who do you think this guy voted for? I think this guy voted for Joe Biden. Right? He looks woke. He looks liberal. Okay? And here's the issue. He's talking about how much it's straining their resources. Why were people not sympathetic to these arguments when the illegal immigration crisis was just in Texas? That's what really blows my mind about this whole situation. These liberals want so much sympathy. They want people to feel bad for them when they did not feel bad for Texas when they were experiencing a problem, right? When Texas was taking on all of this by themselves, specifically in these border towns. Oh, well, you're racist, right? If you claim that illegals take up resources, right? You're racist if you claim that they're not a net positive for society, right? Oh, you're racist if you want to close the border, right? Now, all of a sudden, again, the illegals are in their cities. Doesn't matter which city it is, right? Chicago, New York, doesn't matter which one. Does not matter which one. Every single last one of these cities are now saying the same thing. Well, resources are scarce, right? They're taking up our resources. Again, why was there no sympathy for Texas when they were making these same exact arguments? That's what blows my mind about this. The hypocrisy of Democrats here is stunning. It's absolutely stunning. But again, what is going to happen over time when these people don't have a job, they don't have a place to stay, they're going to have to resort to crime. You're going to see some negative consequences that are going to be the result of these people being here, and they're not having a way to support themselves economically. And this is something that is going to get very bad very quickly.
With the shelters reaching capacity, the city is working to find migrants jobs and housing. They tell us they are doing whatever they can to keep everyone off the streets, especially children.
So we recognize everything is much more difficult with a child. That's why we've given families that more time. We don't want children on the streets. We don't want anyone on the streets.
Dorina tells us she is thankful for the city's help, but resources need to come faster for these migrants. They are making it harder for her every day.
We have to take the stick to clean the window because they still every night too.
The city tells me that more busloads of migrants could make their way here over Christmas weekend, but right now they don't have the answers of how many and when. But when that time comes, they could be opening up an 8th shelter. I'm Brian Sherrod covering Colorado First.
Boy, consider how much these liberals complain. I hope all of them will vote for Trump right in 2024. Okay, I hope all of them vote for Trump, right? As much as they complain about illegal immigration, these people should be hardliners when it comes to securing our borders. That should be the main thing that they're voting based off of. We should see some of these blue cities flip red. Okay, I'm so serious. Trump should be holding rallies in some of these blue cities that have the illegal immigrants bused to the cities, right? He really should hold rallies there, okay? And say, look, you see this problem? This problem is because of Biden, right? Because Biden won't close the border. And this is why we got to deal with it. I think it would be a good idea, low-key. Low-key, I think it would be a great idea. I really do. But hey, we'll see. This is the same state that's trying to keep Trump off the ballot, right? So, again, I think they deserve it. I really do. I really do think they deserve it. Because, hey, they voted for this in multiple ways. Okay, they're trying to keep Trump off the ballot in that state. So, yeah, send all the illegals there, right? In fact, they should send a lot more of them, okay? Just up it, right? Punish them for the decisions of their Supreme Court. I'm just saying, keep sending them. As of right now, Denver is complaining, just like Chicago and New York, and it's just really getting started for them, right? It'll be fascinating to see if things become chaotic the way that they have in Chicago and New York when it comes to Denver and their migrant crisis. Let me know what you guys think. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Most importantly, share a Black conservative perspective. Peace.